This is an all-seeing, all-knowing crystal ball. And in this must-watch presentation, I'm going to reveal a little-known discovery recently uncovered that gets us the closest we'll ever come to holding the real-life thing in the palm of our hand. Not only giving us the ability to look deep inside, to see an honest-to-God look at what the universe plans to hurtle towards us in the months to come, yet also giving us the powerful newfound ability to pinpoint and effortlessly sidestep all catastrophes or pitfalls heading our way. Now, what if we could also actually reach our bare hand into this real-life crystal ball and effortlessly pull out everything we've ever wanted in life? Would you reach in and pull out, at will, all the real spendable cash you could? Using it to pay off debts, splurge on fancy dinners out, luxury vehicles, 5-star vacations, or even your new picture-perfect dream home? Would you reach in and pull out your one true soulmate by the hand, living a long, happy life full of love while forgetting what loneliness ever felt like? Or perhaps you'd use this crystal ball to bring an abundance of health, vitality, and a sense of invincibility back into your life, just like we once had as a child? Well, I'm about to introduce you to the man who cracked the code and turned the dream of having a powerful crystal ball that effortlessly manifests an abundance of everything we've ever wanted into a real-life reality. A reality so real that those he's let in on this secret have gone on to win lotteries, gone on to find true love, even at their darkest and loneliest of times. And I kid you not, used it to even possibly avoid premature death. With one woman he'll tell you about using it to avoid flying on a plane destined to crash. For the first time, he's agreed to share his own shocking true story with you right here and now in his very own words. A chilling story starting with the death of one of the world's most infamous celebrities.
Famous or infamous, one of the best known people on the planet, ever.
Without a doubt, Michael Jackson's worth more dead than alive. People wanted him dead.
He was afraid something's not right. Michael told me that they were going to murder him.
In 2009, I was investigated by the FBI for the murder of Michael Jackson.
Police department, search warrant! Police department, search warrant! Ah, hey! Come through, go! Police department, search warrant!
Only to be completely cleared as innocent and eventually hired by the FBI to consult for my one particular skill that you'd never guess in a million years. Now, for the first time ever, I'm going to share something shocking and extraordinary that happened to me a few years back, changing the course of my life forever. Yet I feel compelled to warn you now, once you watch this powerful video right till the very end, odds are the mind-altering information contained in this video will ensure you never look at your own day-to-day life the same way ever again. Tell me if this sounds familiar. When we were children, fantasizing how life was going to be when we become a grown-up, we pictured a life with parents no longer telling us what to do, and we imagined the absolute freedom to do whatever we wanted when we wanted. We'd always assume without question that we'd grow up to have an amazing job, and with that job came vast wealth. Something along the lines of doctor, lawyer, veterinarian, and even some of us dreamed of being an astronaut or president. Something that would make those who love us immensely proud. With that came money to buy our dream car and the mansion that would house our perfect family. As a child, we never thought we'd have any less energy than we did at that very moment. And our health was never even a concern, as we healed much faster and felt practically invincible at that young age. Yet, as we've gotten older over the years, it feels as if our reality's changed. We find ourselves in this present moment, realizing that a happy, full life of abundance hasn't naturally or effortlessly become our reality, as we once believed it would as a child. Yet, we know it is possible because we're constantly surrounded by and witnessing others who are living their dream lives right this very moment. We see both friends and complete strangers who've been able to welcome immense wealth, deep everlasting love, unshakable health, and energy into their lives. It's almost as if the universe has granted them everything they've ever desired, effortlessly on a silver platter, just to rub it all in our face. So why hasn't it felt or been that way for us just yet? Well, if you asked them, they'd all tell you it was hard work or even a little bit of luck. Now, what if I told you that it was all lies? What if I told you there was an effortless and even lazy way we could have everything we've ever wanted out of life, and more importantly, easily achieve all the great things we've known we were destined to achieve in this lifetime, all without ever having to work hard for it or hope we become one of the lucky few? This is the same secret to success celebrities like the Kardashians have been hiding up their sleeves for years, and what self-made billionaires like Mark Cuban and even Warren Buffett haven't ever made public. You'll be shocked when you discover it has nothing to do with hard work or natural brain smarts whatsoever. My name's Mark Carroll, and I've made this brand new video presentation for two reasons. First, to tell you what researchers, scientists, and mathematicians are now calling biorhythms, a specific life path attached to you since birth and as unique to you as your fingerprint. Some of the world's smartest minds now strongly believe that those people naturally in tune with their biorhythms are the ones who go on to effortlessly achieve great success in all aspects of life. While those of us like you and me, not naturally in tune with our body's biorhythms, experience larger hurdles and pitfalls in our lives. Research shows not following or being in tune with your body and mind's natural biorhythms could be the direct cause holding you back from finding lasting love, the wealth you've always wished of having, and living a long, healthy, and happy life full of abundance. Yet, you must know, when it comes to all your life struggles, shortcomings, and pitfalls, it's never been your fault. Until today, you probably never knew there was such a thing as a biorhythm, let alone it being the root cause for feeling as if the universe has been working against you all these years. The second reason I made this video is to finally reveal what biorhythms are, how you can easily use them in your own personal life right this second. And for the first time ever, I'll pull back the curtain and reveal your very own personal biorhythm, specifically generated just for you, right here today in just a short moment from now, giving you the very best life you know you deserve to finally live and experience all the great things you know you've been destined to achieve in this lifetime. Yet, before I dive deeper into all that, give me 3 short minutes of your time and I'll first reveal exactly how I correctly predicted the death of Michael Jackson using these same biological rhythms, and how posting it online landed me in hot water with the feds. You'll see precisely how I was able to use Michael Jackson's personal biorhythm to predict the future and exact date he would pass away before it actually came to be, and the disturbing reason this directly ties into your own very next few days here on this earth. In a few short moments from now, you'll have shocking newfound knowledge and the unshakable power to look deep into your own future if you wish. Yet I'll even take it one step further. I'm going to reveal the exact scientifically and mathematically studied method I both used and perfected that you yourself can easily duplicate at will, giving you the ability to look deep into your very own near future and manipulate the outcome in your favor. Listen carefully, because I promise you've never seen or heard anything like this before. For the first time ever, I'm about to let slip and bring out into the open an actual method thousands have used to successfully escape potentially life-threatening diseases, eliminate future life-altering mistakes, sidestep events that would have been otherwise catastrophic, and, I kid you not, possibly avoid premature death altogether. The bold information in this video is already causing more attention than I'd like or I'm comfortable with, and it's now spreading on the likes of Facebook and even in the local media. So watch it fully now while you have the chance to, because I'll likely be taking this presentation down very soon. I'm seconds from giving you a well-drawn map to a happier, healthier, and longer life tailored specifically just for you. I'll immediately place the power in your hands to never miss future life-changing opportunities while completely avoiding all setbacks and pitfalls yet to come. You'll be shocked when you hear how this same method helped a woman from Houston, Texas avoid flying on a plane destined to crash, and amazed when I show you how one gentleman from Miami, Florida used this same method to hit the jackpot at his local lottery not once, but 3 times. And frankly, that's only the tip of the iceberg. Now wait right here. Those claims can easily seem over the top and unrealistic, leaving you more than a tad bit skeptical. And honestly, I wouldn't blame you if you are. Heck, even if I didn't know what I do now, or hadn't witnessed the things I've seen firsthand over my 16 years using this life-altering method, I probably wouldn't be convinced yet myself. It's important you know now. What you're about to discover has absolutely nothing to do with luck or chance, spiritual New Age beliefs, manifestation methods like the ones taught in The Secret, or so-called psychic abilities. And while it may feel like you'll now possess all those powers, in fact, this couldn't be more different. Listen, while it may feel as though you finally hold and possess the power of a crystal ball in your hands, let's get real and honest for a second. My methods are all grounded in logical mathematics and rational science, historically linked all the way back to Sigmund Freud. And just as Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla individually both discovered the power of electricity at the exact same time, this method you'll discover was since proven individually twice by 2 completely separate yet historically acclaimed scientists. Now, give me 2 minutes of your time with an open mind, and I'll not only make even the biggest skeptic a true believer, for the first time ever, I'll open up and share with you my untold story. A true story that'll make even the finest hairs on your arms stand up for attention and send tingling chills down your spine. Police department, search warrant! Police department, search warrant! Police department, search warrant! I could hear the sound of shattering glass as my front door violently had been knocked in, caught completely off guard as officers surrounded me. Their rifles now point blank, mere millimeters away from my head, with fingers quivering over their triggers as the adrenaline pumped through their veins. At first glance to neighbors passing by, it must have looked like a scene straight out of a Hollywood SWAT movie. Yet my feelings of confusion and internal panic felt extremely real. "Get on the ground!" the one agent shouted as I instinctively dropped to the carpet beneath my feet. My heart started to jackhammer and I could feel my palms start to sweat profusely. In fact, upon their first impression, I must have looked extremely guilty to them, although I had no clue what I could possibly be guilty of or what even brought them crashing through my door that Thursday afternoon. I was quickly cuffed and walked forcefully towards their big black van by 2 officers on either side of me, while 2 additional officers followed closely behind. Just seconds before the police van door slammed shut, I could hear the deafening sound of at least 3 or more other officers inside aggressively tearing through my home. Come to think of it, the shock was so devastating, I'm still not sure to this day if I was actually even read my Miranda rights or not. Now, after what felt like an utter eternity sitting there detained, I was eventually brought into a small, windowless room. This room was bleak and consisted of 4 bare cement walls painted white, a solid white metal door, and a single video surveillance camera in one of the top corners with a little red blinking light. I sat there for another 45 minutes or so, all alone, until I heard steps echoing down the hallway outside of the closed door. I could see the slight shadow the shoes made under the door sill and anticipated with sheer terror what in my mind would be an aggressive interrogator bursting through the door with all his might. In fact, it couldn't have been more different. Through the door came a short little man who was slightly overweight, sporting large round glasses and slightly balding on the top of his head. "Thirsty?" he said, with a welcoming grin on his face as he handed me a cold bottle of water. After a round of basic questioning, he proceeded to ask me one question that made all this come crashing down to reality for me. Did you write this?" he asked in a gentle voice. On the table in front of him laid an overturned piece of paper. He proceeded to slide the paper toward me and slowly turned it over to reveal just what I had feared the most. On the other side was a printed screenshot of a public post I had made 2 weeks ago on a popular celebrity forum online. The pigment in my face turned from a pale white to an embarrassing blood red. I knew immediately where this was going. "Yes, why?" I replied as I stared at the printout with confusion. You see, exactly 2 weeks prior to Michael Jackson's death, I had posted on a popular celebrity forum. Things aren't looking promising for Michael Jackson. I'm actually afraid for his life at this point come next Thursday. The officer then leaned forward and in a stern voice looked at me in the eyes and said, "Michael Jackson was just found dead in his home." You see, I had no clue. There was no possible way for me to know because the news of his passing had yet to even break for mass media. That's just how fast the police had worked tracking down every lead and angle possible. With sheer terror and a trembling voice, I replied, "It was just a prediction. It's something I just do for fun, looking up celebrity biorhythms." The interrogator looked confused, yet I noticed his ears quickly perked up. He proceeded to leave the room and come back presenting me with my personal laptop, confiscated from my home. "We found biorhythm software on your computer, but couldn't make sense of it," he replied. With him standing directly behind me, looking over my shoulder onto the screen, I then proceeded to show him my biorhythm graphs that use complex mathematical equations to plot out wavelengths. "This right here is called a biorhythm," I said, with the tone of my voice unconsciously switching from fearful to excited. "It allows us to calculate our body's natural cycles and clearly see on a graph how we will emotionally feel and physically experience the days to come." I could see this wave of confusion wash over his face, even at one point looking up at the camera with an expression on his face as if he was saying, "Are you getting this?" to whoever would be watching the live feed in another room. Yet, he'd become more curious to understand what the heck I was talking about. I put it to them this way, and maybe you'll relate to this as well. Have you ever had a plain old terrible period in your life? A point in time when absolutely nothing ever went your way? A chain of unfortunate events that makes you humorously say, "What worse could possibly happen next?" only to go on and actually have something worse occur? If you've ever heard the expression, "when it rains, it pours," that is exactly what I'm talking about. And in a second from now, I'll show you why this common expression is much more than just a saying. It's proven science that you'll be able to see for yourself firsthand in your own life, giving you what no one else has been able to do until now. Have a clear visual heads up and way to avoid future catastrophe altogether. Just like a weather forecast, you'll be able to have the power to look at what's ahead emotionally, mentally, and physically for you in the days to come. Instead of seeing a chance of rain or sun, you can use this data to your advantage to precisely forecast love, wealth, health, and yes, even tragedy, just to name a few uses. If Michael Jackson knew about his own biorhythm, he'd most likely still be alive today. I continued on to show him what my own biorhythm looked like that day, and beside it, I placed on the table Michael Jackson's. On the day of his death, you could clearly spot a very rare anomaly on his chart. Upon revealing this to him, the next words to come out of his mouth still brings a giant grin to my face this day. The interrogator gradually bent forward to where his head was now level with mine and looked closer at the screen of the laptop. He muttered in my ear softly, with pure curiosity, the words, "Now, show me what my biorhythm looks like." By that point, he was so amazed and wanting to dig deeper into the math and science behind what I was doing, it was nearly like we had all just forgotten that a few short moments ago, police had crashed down my door to detain me for a potential murder. It was only when he told me he'd have to confiscate my laptop and phone, it all came crashing back to me. I understood that as part of the investigation process, they would have to mine my devices for any potential evidence, and because I had nothing to hide, I let them take it freely. Now, this may shock you, while it may be no surprise to some. They never returned my laptop to me or even let me know that I could come and pick it up. What upset me the most wasn't the loss of my physical property. To be honest, the laptop was already extremely outdated and old to begin with. I could replace it with a single trip to the store and probably be better off for it. What I couldn't replace, however, was a piece of the biorhythm prediction software I had coded myself over years of hard work. using advanced mathematical calculations, custom algorithms, and plotting data on endless graphs. I'd have to start all over. I'm not sure if you've ever been unfortunate enough to experience this in your life. Yet have you ever worked hard on, say, a Word document or alike, only to have your computer crash and lose everything? If so, you know how incredibly infuriating it can be. It happens less with today's technology, but back in 2009, this was a very real and common struggle, often called the blue screen of death. Put yourself in my shoes for 1 second and picture losing years of hard work. To say it politely, I was angrier than a hornet in a Coke can. Yet this actually turned out to be a blessing in disguise. If you've ever completed something only to have to immediately redo it again, you'll agree that the second time is much easier than the first, and oftentimes, the finished result can be even better than before. You have a second chance to iron out the kinks and improve on your previous work, correcting subtle things you missed the first time around, like completing a puzzle for the first time without knowing at all what the final image looks like, then doing it again, yet this time clearly seeing the finished picture in your mind from the start. Makes sense, right? I now had an opportunity to rebuild my biorhythm program even better than before, and that's exactly what I set out to do. This time around, I programmed it to be completely online so it wouldn't have to be downloaded. Heck, this way it could even be easily accessed from any mobile device or tablet. And if my computer, should I dare say, ever get confiscated again, my life's work wouldn't be taken along with it. Now, this is where things get interesting, so listen closely. Because I developed this one-of-a-kind program to work online, it could now be accessible to virtually anyone on any device and anywhere in the world who wanted to unlock the ability to forecast their own future for themselves. What I have yet to share with you, however, is that over the time it took me to build this new biorhythm tool, I had quickly experienced my 15 minutes of fame, so to speak, all thanks to the attention I received being the guy who correctly predicted the death of Michael Jackson. And the same forum I posted my prediction to all wanted me to show them their own personal biorhythms. And honestly, I couldn't blame them. That's when I first decided to allow others the ability to take a sneak peek and use my online version to calculate their own biorhythm. I also wrote a very easy-to-follow guide showing them exactly what their biorhythm readings mean and how to manipulate the results in a way that gives complete control to fine-tune your own destiny, along with the power to effortlessly turn your life around for the better if you wish to, be it for love, health, wealth, or even all three. I'll fill you in on exactly how to do this for yourself in just a moment, so stick with me. Now, I thought maybe a handful of people at most would give it a shot. And if anything, I'd get some feedback on how my program worked. Well, that's where things took a direction toward the unexpected. Within 24 hours of posting the link to my program, I had to completely remove it. Exactly 23,694 individuals had generated their biorhythms using my program that day alone. The link went viral and got passed around to every corner of the internet. My servers couldn't handle it. In fact, my website hosting company hit me with expensive traffic overage charges I could barely afford. The events that occurred next, however, will go on in history as the day the world truly believed in the power of biorhythms. Now, 23,694 is a lot of people, to say the least, and I was over the moon excited knowing I'd probably hear back from what I thought would be only a handful of people on the forum. Now, you might be amazed to hear, over the next 60 days after having to remove the link, thousands upon thousands of people posted how they were witnessing the events mapped out in their own biorhythm coming true. Not only that, many people were starting to use words like life-saving and a godsend when referring to the results they were seeing. In fact, to this day, I still believe that this post shattered records for the longest thread in the history of that forum. What still blows me away to this day is all the stories that flooded in from everyday people. Men and women from all over the world started posting their readings and how they manipulated the outcome to work in their favor. Some people used it for wealth. One man, like I mentioned earlier, used the information in his biorhythm to, I kid you not, win the lottery, while countless others used one simple trick I showed them to demand significant pay raises at work, with it working like a charm. Imagine being able to know the best day to buy a lottery ticket, or walk into your boss's office and not just demanding a raise, walking out with one. Some women use their biorhythm charts to discover soulmates, and I even heard from a handful of others who used it to confirm they're in relationships they shouldn't be in. I got a nice little chuckle when a few people out there compared their biorhythms with celebrities to see if their celebrity crush would actually be a compatible match for them. Now that's all fun and interesting. Yet here's what made my heart sink to the floor, and the first time I knew that what I had here would change lives forever. While scrolling through the endless threads, I stopped at one with the subject line, "My biorhythm saved my family's life." First, it's important you know, your biorhythm can show what I call critical days. These are rare days every single person will see on their chart a few times per year. You yourself most likely will have a critical day pop up at least once either this month or next. And this is exactly what I spotted on Michael Jackson's biorhythm chart to correctly predict the day of his death. Now, Jessica was a mother of 3 children, and the family of 5 were set to fly out over a 2-week vacation. She spotted a critical day on her chart that spooked her a little. This was to be the same day she had scheduled to fly. Here's where things get really incredible. She immediately, out of curiosity, looked up her husband's reading. There, right in front of her face, revealed he shared the same critical day as her. And who are we kidding? Of course, the very next thing she did was looked up her children. 2 of their boys were fine, yet her youngest son had the exact critical day as her and her husband. This spooked her enough to reschedule her family on an earlier flight the day before. Both to her amazement and mine, sure enough, that plane she was supposed to be on with her entire family suffered from a faulty front landing gear and skidded headfirst, sparks flying, across the runway upon landing. 58 souls that day had been critically injured on board that flight. When I first heard this story, I went pale white. And truth be told, I'm as white as a ghost just even retelling you that story now. I went on to discover less shocking but all the same powerful stories of how people had started using their biorhythms to fight their cancer, scheduling chemotherapy dates around when their charts pinpointed days they'd be at their strongest physically. Heck, a group of guys all came out to tell me they were using it to pick days they'd play better golf. The possibilities of what this will do for your life are truly endless. And the stories above don't even scratch the surface of all the possible day-to-day uses you can use your biorhythm readings for. As these stories poured in, it only created more and more attention to the fact I cut off access to my program. And newcomers to the post had even gone so far as making death threats to me personally for doing so. In fact, it got to the point I had to ask the website to remove the post altogether and wished I could have just disappeared. Yet I knew what I had here could help improve the lives of every single person open to using it, or at least trying it out for themselves. Not to mention, I now had the feedback from thousands of people who had already tried it. With all the different cool and interesting ways you can read and manipulate this data once you know it, to completely tune your destiny how you wish. I went on and spent 8 months creating a set of guides and how-to videos showing you exactly how it's done. Not only that, I had polished my biorhythm program to be push-button simple and paid a pretty penny to beef up my web server so everyone and anyone can use it at any time. With that said, it is now my pleasure to introduce to you, for the first time ever, thebiorhythm.com. The only mathematical and scientific method in the world to clearly and precisely visually look into your near future, allowing you to manipulate the outcome in your favor. This will work even if you started off here as a skeptic and seeing is believing for you. Or you're on the fence if the power of biorhythms exist, yet would like to believe. And this is perfect for you, even if you're a firm believer in the power to tune your destiny, yet you've tried every method under the sun before with very little to no success. As a matter of fact, in just a few seconds from now, I'll even personally bet you this works for you with my own hard-earned money. You'll see firsthand how accurate and powerful your personal biorhythm turns out to be. More on that soon. Now, let me first warn you, this is not some after-dinner fortune cookie or silly rag-mag horoscope. This isn't some wishy-washy psychic reading, and there ain't no crystal balls to be found here. This method was developed all the way back in the early 1900s by two separate historically significant scientists and even accepted by the famous neurologist Sigmund Freud, among countless others in the field. I've sought out hundreds upon hundreds of others over the years, the lucky few in the know about biorhythms, and discovered all the different ways they've successfully used it to change their lives for the better. I've taken and analyzed all that data and pinpointed all the exact ways you can easily use it to bring love, health, wealth, and more into your life instantly. That's what makes the biorhythm.com unlike anything else out there today. While the advanced mathematical equations and scientific algorithms that are needed to calculate your personal biorhythm may seem overly complicated, what I've done is made a reading of your biorhythm results as easy and simple as humanly possible. I'm about to give you full, unlimited, and unrestricted access to my very own biorhythm generator. All you need to do is simply enter in your name, birthday, click a single button, and out comes your personal, handcrafted results tailored uniquely for you alone. It's that simple. If you want to unlock powerful insight into your very own future that clearly shows you exactly when and where you've been misplacing your energy, causing you to get stuck in a rut, and how to clearly make an effortless switch in your life that gets you out of that rut and welcomes an abundance of health, wealth, and love with open arms, while helping you sidestep potential future setbacks and possibly catastrophic events, then this is perfect for you. And the fact we've crossed paths here is no ordinary coincidence. Just ask Samantha, who wrote to me and said, "After watching your presentation and seeing the science you presented, I was mad. I couldn't believe I'd been lied to for so many years when the secret to having literally everything had been sitting right in front of me. But I will say this, the anger turned to pure joy as I started bending my destiny to my desire." Who could be angry about that? In just a moment, I'm going to give you full and unrestricted access to the Biorhythm Members Portal. Once inside, you'll have the power to generate your very own reading and take a deep look into the specifics of what your future holds for you. Yet, there's so much more to do than that alone. You'll be given unprecedented access to generate an unlimited amount of biorhythm reports, be it for family members, close friends, secret crushes, or even to snoop on celebrities like I did to discover and predict the downfall of Michael Jackson himself. On top of all that, you'll also find a vast and always growing knowledge base that shows you simple step-by-step tutorials on all the different ways you can read your biorhythm and apply it to your life. And it doesn't stop there. I've also created a private, by invitation only Facebook group, exclusive to members only of the biorhythm.com. A fun, interactive, and safe place to share your own readings and predictions. A protected area to help you get insight from other members if you wish, and even pinpoint celebrity biorhythm findings. You'll even see me personally in there, and I'll be there to help you with any questions you may have. So, by now you're probably a little more than curious at how much you'd have to invest to get unlimited access to the members area and my biorhythm tool. After all, I've sunk thousands of dollars and years upon years of my life into programming and reprogramming this. Never to forget the vast wealth of knowledge from me personally writing all these guides, making it dead simple to use and read your charts. It would be easy to assume that this would cost you thousands of dollars, as it is in fact that life-altering. Not to mention those other systems out there that make similar promises charge as much as $2,000 and think they can get away with it by attaching some big-name so-called guru to it. And all they offer for that are workbooks or audio recordings that could take months or even years to truly learn and use for yourself. And heck, they don't even mention or include anything about biorhythms at all. Yet, with the biorhythm.com, it's all so much simpler. You just push a button and it instantly reveals your reading for this exact day. So right then and there, you immediately can see just how shockingly accurate and correct your reading is. And from there, you go on to discover exactly what the universe intends to throw at you in the coming weeks. so you can prepare and manipulate your future to welcome in more lasting love, immense wealth, and unshakable improved health all into your life immediately. For this reason, I think we can both strongly agree that a price tag of $2,000 for the unlimited biorhythm readings I'm providing you with is more than fair. And no word of a lie, at a much higher price, it would still be completely worth every penny. Well, here's the good news. You won't even invest a tiny minuscule fraction of that here today. Yet, I'll tell you more about why in just a second. First, let me reveal 3 dire reasons this is perfect for you. First off, you're going to avoid major catastrophic pitfalls, possibly even life-threatening ones that your future would otherwise hold for you. You'll enjoy unlimited insight directly into your future that can be used to finally achieve everything you've ever wanted out of life, be it your relationships, health, wealth, or even all 3. All while unlocking hidden potential that allows you to truly achieve everything you were meant to accomplish in this lifetime, even if you're not yet aware of your full untapped potential or all the great things the future holds for you. And finally, you'll have complete confidence that what your biorhythm reading is telling you is pinpoint accurate. You'll know precisely how to read your charts and take the appropriate action so you never feel as if the odds are stacked up against you ever again. And you'll feel the joy and relief that comes with being in complete and utter control of your destiny, happiness, and success in life. Now, how much would you pay to accurately know what the future holds for you? How much would it be worth if you had a proven way to avoid any and all tragedy or setbacks headed your way right now as we speak? To be armed with the knowledge and newfound ability to completely sidestep catastrophe when the time comes, while moving forward and welcoming in all the love, good health, and abundance of wealth into your life. And because you're joining the Biorhythm today without hesitation, I'm going to reward you with some incredibly valuable bonuses. These are extra special and not for anybody else, as our way of saying thank you for believing in the power of biorhythms and opening your mind to trying it right now. Bonus number 1. We'll allow you to grant access to 3 additional friends, family, or loved ones free of charge. Your reading will be life-changing, and I know firsthand how much more powerful the experience can be when shared with others. That's why if you act right now, offered on this page only, you'll be able to experience this with 3 others of your choosing. Bonus number 2. Because these are natural rhythms, unique and specific to your future, I wanted to provide you with a biorhythm journal so you can better track the events in your life and making readings as accurate as possible. Often you'll find the readings may be behind by a few days or ahead by a few. Keeping a journal allows you to clearly see how in tune you are with your rhythms and adjust accordingly for the most accurate readings possible. I'll provide you with your own personal journal as well as simple step-by-step instructions on how to get started with it. Bonus number 3. Because of how my passion for biorhythm reading started and what made this whole site possible, I'm going to give you my celebrity reading guide and personally show you how I was able to gaze into Michael Jackson's future and how you can do it yourself to spy on any living celebrity you're fascinated with. If you see something shocking in their future, just be sure to report it. It might just save their life. Bonus number 4. I'm going to include your own personal numerology reading as well. Numerology is a 4,000-year-old science based on the mathematics of the universe, and by looking at nothing more than the meaning of your name and date of birth, we can uncover many surprising and fascinating truths hidden in your unique numerology chart, including how to read the universal clues that will guide you towards true happiness and abundance. As you're about to see with this bonus reading, numbers influence your life in many beautiful and mysterious ways and can reveal more than you ever thought possible about your personality, potential, and life's true purpose. It'll even make sense of the uncanny coincidences that have been appearing in your life lately, like repeating numbers 1111 or 333 showing up at the strangest of places. Now, it's easy to see how all of this, plus all the bonuses just mentioned, could easily be well worth $2,000 to a select lucky few who've had access and experienced the life-changing results in their lives firsthand. They'd gladly pay that because they know the true cost and pain that comes from making future decisions blindly, without first ever consulting their biorhythm reading. If you pass up this opportunity now, know this for sure. It's unlikely your life will ever take a turn for the better. Yesterday was the same as today, and today will be the same as tomorrow. Future failure, illness, and unhappiness will come knocking at your door, and you'll blindly open it, unknowingly welcoming it into your life. You'll feel, as time moves forward, the odds have stacked up against you. As it piles up one by one, you'll feel as if you've been buried alive in the quantity of life you've become ashamed of. You'll watch as your relationships, health, and life-changing career opportunities slip right through your fingertips. And what I'm offering you here today is a tool to see exactly what's coming your way and the knowledge of how to grab every amazing opportunity with a tight fist when each one arrives, welcoming in an abundance of unconditional love, immeasurable success, immense financial freedom, and long-lasting health into your future. You can see how having that unstoppable power and full control to completely tune your destiny how you desire makes the $2,000 seem like a drop in the bucket. Yet, you're not even going to pay half of that today at $1,000. Heck, because I like you, I won't be charging you even half of that at $500. In fact, if you're lucky enough to act fast, along with a select few others today, I'll offer you unlimited month-long access for only $37. That works out to just a little more than $1 a day for unlimited personal readings. Plus, you'll be able to allow free access to 3 additional friends or family members under your account if you so wish to. That would make this only 30 cents per day per person for unlimited, fully accurate, and personalized biorhythm readings. Yet I'll even take it one step further just for you. Because I know seeing is believing, and the ones hurting right now the most financially and emotionally deserve to try out the biorhythm for themselves more than anyone else. I'm now giving you the opportunity you've been searching for to turn everything around in your life for the positive on a silver platter if you'll just reach out and take it. I'd like to offer you a very limited and only for a select few, you included of course, an exclusive opportunity just to try it out fully unrestricted over the next 3 days. All for only $1 if you act quickly right now on this very page. That way, you can fully dive in risk-free, seeing firsthand how personal, shocking, and deeply intimate your biorhythm reading truly is. And to make this truly risk-free, and because I'm so confident this will be perfect for you, I'm going to give you my ironclad and even a bit unheard of 365 days long triple money-back guarantee. First of all, number 1, if you don't see life-changing results from applying all or even just one of the guides on using biorhythms located in the members area, 1 year from now, or even just 1 week from now, I'll give you all your money back. Number 2, or if for whatever reason you don't like the interface, you don't like my tutorials, or decide that for any reason within the next 365 days this may not be for you, I'll give you every penny of your money back. Number 3, heck, even if you come to discover that your biorhythms are way too accurate at predicting your future and it just freaks you out in any way, I'll gladly, fully refund you. I can afford to offer you this crazy $1 trial along with my 365-day triple money-back guarantee because I know you'll love it and that this is perfect for you. By now, a large button has just appeared under this video, and pressing it will lock in your $1 trial to thebiorhythm.com and bring you to the safe and secured 128-bit encrypted order page. We use both the trusted industry-wide Norton and McAfee security companies to ensure a double layer of protection and that your information is fully safe, secure, and encrypted for all time. When you click on below, you'll soon join the likes of Jill Bannerman from Ontario, Canada, who wrote to me and said, "Learning about my biorhythm has done more for me in 1 hour than a lifetime of therapy could have ever accomplished. It's given me a total understanding of why things have been turning out in my life how they have and the total control to turn everything around." Devin Sanders from California recently wrote in to tell me, "This has become probably the most important tool in my tool belt, so to speak. There isn't a single future plan I make without first consulting my biorhythm reading. Best way to describe it is like constantly picking rainy days to have a picnic, and one day you're introduced to a weather forecast for the first time. You'll never again plan a picnic without first checking the weather, right? Being able to look ahead and see my future's physical, emotional, and intellectual states have become pretty powerful now that I know what I do after reading all the reports in the members area on how to manipulate everything in my life for a positive outcome. Love it, Devin. I loved getting this letter just last night from Amy Miller. She wrote to me and said, "I gotta say, I started off skeptical, but after logging in, it's very clear that the readings are scarily accurate. You know this is the real deal right away because with one glance, it shows you exactly how your life is on this very day. Once you see how correct that is, it's pretty empowering seeing what you're in store for over the next 30 days. I've read every report in the members area and applied your teachings one by one now. I've used it to find the potential love of my life while being able to eliminate all the men who'd otherwise be a waste of my time. I've used your one guide to welcome more income in my life with that tip you talked about on page 23 in the Biorhythm for Wealth report. This stuff is pretty life-changing in the hands of anyone open to using and applying it. I'm glad to be counted as one of them. Amy M." So by now, if after hearing all of that, this hasn't got you completely excited and confident in using the biorhythm in your own life, now get this. I have a fast action super bonus for you today that I was going to leave as one of the many unadvertised surprises in the members area waiting for you. Well, guess what? I just can't keep it a secret, and I'm going to tell you what it is right now. If you take me up on this offer right now and don't hesitate a single second to join, I'll reserve you a spot to have me personally look over your reading and provide you with my deep and detailed insight into what I truly believe your future holds for you based on your personal chart. And I'll work with you personally once every month to go over your reading so absolutely nothing in your future is ever left up to chance again. Because my time is not only limited but also very valuable to me, I've charged upwards of $4.99 per personal reading in the past. I obviously cannot afford to freely offer this super bonus to everyone if they join. It's only for a very select lucky few who've landed on this page at just the right time, much like yourself being here watching right now. Should you leave and come back or even just refresh this page now, it's likely that you'll have missed out, and the few others I've offered this to will have been lucky and fast enough to have beaten you to it. So long as that button below this video is still visible on this page, you may press it now to lock in this limited fast action bonus. Once you take hold of and gain unrestricted access to the Biorhythm members area today, you too are going to have your eyes open to a whole new world, one where you'll never miss out on another life-changing opportunity. Exactly like the other members just mentioned, nice enough to write in with their success. You'll also finally make sense of all your struggles and the setbacks you've faced in your life. Yet, now knowing precisely how to breeze over them the next time they come your way. Using your biorhythm charts to now tune your destiny and have the life you've always known you were destined to have. The power is now in your hands, and your future is completely under your control with this. Just like our current members already using the biorhythms.com right now, wouldn't you also like everything you've ever wanted out of life to effortlessly find its way into your arms? Almost as if the universe is your biggest supporter, magically placing everything you've ever wanted right into the palms of your hands each and every day. And this can all be your reality too, just by clicking that large button below this video now and becoming our latest member. Once you've made the decision to join and acted quickly here now, here's what you can expect. First, you'll be taken to our secure checkout page, and you'll know you're in the right place because it looks like this. Also, notice that our checkout page has been verified 100% secure by not one, yet two separate and industry-trusted security companies here. The moment you have securely filled out the billing details and have clicked the Pay Now button, you'll have been directly taken right into our secure members area, and this is what you can expect to see. Inside, you'll instantly be able to get your hands on all the bonuses I mentioned earlier, as well as the ability to dive deep into our knowledge base of all the different fun and interesting ways you can use your personal reading. Now remember, life is full of choices and you're confronted with one right now. You can pass up this offer today, and never come across this opportunity again, especially at this low one-time price, to clearly see your future life path laid out this simply before you. You'll feel the pain and regret as you continue to stumble blindly onward, tripping into every hurdle the universe places in front of you each and every day. You and I can both agree that future setbacks and missed opportunities are imminent. And without ever knowing your personal biorhythm, you'll start feeling as if the universe is working against you with no way of knowing how to fully get your life back on track. Imagine the weight of the universe finally coming off of your shoulders. You'll be sitting there with your personalized biorhythm reading tonight or maybe even tomorrow morning, and you'll realize, wow, this is fun. I actually don't have to worry about my life journey and if I'll ever achieve all the great things that I know deep inside I'm destined to achieve. It's all here laid out for me, so I can see what's coming and easily tune my destiny to what I desire it to look like. You'll feel awesome. You'll feel confident. You'll feel for the first time that you have a leg up on the universe, so to speak, and everything you've ever wanted is at your fingertips. Endless wealth, loving and lasting relationships, youthful health and vitality. It'll all soon be there, just an arm's length away. And armed with your biorhythm reading, you'll just have to reach out and grab all the things you've ever wanted for your life. The fact that your life hasn't lived up to your childhood dreams and expectations is, in all honesty, not your fault at all. And how could it be, really? You've never known how to live your life following your biorhythms until now. Yet, now that you do know this does in fact exist, it's your total responsibility to take action now. You owe this to yourself, to fully realize and live not just the destiny you want to create for yourself, the destiny you truly deserve to be living. Remember, by now, not only do I guarantee your success, but it's also backed by my triple money-back guarantee. Just look at the thousands who now live and breathe by their biorhythm readings, many of which now check each morning even before addressing emails or getting the weather forecast. They all started right where you are right now. They took action by joining, and their lives have all completely changed for the better because of it. And if that isn't yet enough for you, just listen to what one of my biggest skeptics had to say about the biorhythm.com after using it for just his first day. I was in a deep and dark depression when I stumbled upon the biorhythm one night clicking through on a Facebook post. Last week, my husband left me out of the blue. No rhyme, reason, or explanation, and I was devastated. I signed up for my reading, and within 5 minutes of first entering the members area, what I saw brought me to tears. There it was in my reading, clear as day, undeniably pointing out the exact day my husband had left in the reading. I was a true believer from that point on. What hand of God saved me and brought me out of my deep depression was I could clearly see in my reading that everything would shortly turn around for me and happiness would soon be entering into my life once more. It's nice knowing when times are dark that there's light just coming up over the horizon in your near future. Everyone should truly be checking their own biorhythm daily. Patty S. from West Virginia. Now here's what the next 15 minutes will look like for you. You've gone through and become our newest member of the biorhythm.com and have immediately been logged in automatically after making just a $1 investment today. The very first thing I want you to do, don't hesitate. Now, quickly generate your personalized biorhythm reading right off the bat. You now see firsthand just how shockingly accurate and intimate your reading is, and by now it may have even raised a hair or two. Then, immediately after, or even tomorrow if you wish, find some quiet time to tune out all distractions and start diving into the knowledge base on all the ways you can manipulate your reading for wealth, love, and health. In fact, I highly recommend you start with the wealth section. It's worked wonders for me in my bank account, and I know you'll get a kick out of it yourself. Remember, you're not only getting instant access to the biorhythm report generator that you and up to 3 of your friends and family can also use if you choose to share an account, generating unlimited, deeply personalized reports. I'm also giving you access to the vast biorhythm knowledge base that unlocks access to the wealth rhythm reports, showing you how to use your readings to instantly start attracting vast wealth into your life and boost your current income up to 2.5 times this year alone. On top of that, be sure to take a peek at the love rhythm reports. In this section of the members area, I talk about using your rhythm to find love and how to compare biorhythm readings to actually see if the person could potentially be your soulmate. Yet, I must warn you though, some readings have confirmed for members that they're currently with partners that they shouldn't actually be with. And as a fun side bonus, I even include a celebrity crush section that allows you to find out if you and that celebrity you've always had a thing for could actually be a compatible match. Yet what you'll receive instant access to next is the true draw and exact reason you'll want to get started as soon as possible. You'll also soon be able to access the health rhythm reports. And this alone will change your life. I don't even care who you are or what your current situation is, you need to see this. To start, these reports show you how to use your readings for weight loss, almost like receiving a map that reveals a hidden shortcut to a new body. Yet this section goes way beyond weight loss alone. First, it will show you how to spot potential illness in your near future and potentially even death. These are days I've told you about called critical days. It's likely you have at least one critical day pop up in your reading for either this month or next. I'll tell you everything you need to know in this report so you can easily spot them and know exactly what to do on that day. This is truly shocking and powerful stuff you don't want to miss out on. And the moment you log in, this will all be yours right now. If you're still here watching this video and haven't yet locked in your extremely limited discount before it expires forever, clearly this is perfect for you and you know you'll love using the biorhythm to see what the future holds for you. Yet, you still haven't clicked that button below to lock in this limited time only discount. A discount I promise you will expire without notice very soon and you'll have missed out on this incredible one-time only deal forever. So maybe you've yet to click that button below this video because maybe you've missed the 3 major reasons to take action right now and become a member. Number 1, without ever knowing your biorhythms, you'll continually wander through life blindly missing out on every life-changing opportunity and stumbling over every roadblock the universe puts in front of you on your path. Number 2, this is the only program in existence that has the track record for correctly predicting what the future holds for you and thousands of others just like yourself. We've gone and made calculating your own custom biorhythms push-button simple, and seeing and understanding exactly what you're reading reveals incredibly easy. And 3, and if that's not enough of a reason to click that button below this video and lock in your discount before the price significantly increases, you're backed by our 365-day, ironclad, triple money-back guarantee, taking all the risk off your shoulders and placing it on mine. You and I both know the smart thing to do is just take me up on my $1 trial now while you still can and see firsthand if this is for you or not. Click that button below this video now, and in minutes, you'll have your personalized biorhythm in front of you and see just how life-changing the shocking information contained within it is. Thanks for your time here today, and I look forward to seeing you next inside of the members area. You're still here? If you're still here watching this right now, it can only be for one reason. We know it can't be the price, because at only $1 to start, you and I both know this is an amazing limited time opportunity to sneak a peek at your biorhythm. It must be because you have a few questions I might have missed. Let me quickly go over a few questions you might have been left with after your first time around and ensure none of them go unanswered. The biggest question that comes my way from people like yourself is always, do I really need this? And my answer, 99.9% of the time to them, is this. If everything in your life was to unknowingly come crashing down tomorrow, career, love, or your health, would you wish you had the opportunity to know about it ahead of time so you could properly prepare yourself and face it head on when it arrives? If your answer is yes, then the biorhythm is exactly what you've been missing in your life. I then always follow up that question with another along the lines of, if you could spot tragedies and pitfalls heading your way and take action ahead of time to completely sidestep them altogether, cutting out all the heartbreaks and hardships altogether. Would you be with me in thinking life would be much longer and enjoyable all around? If you answered yes, then it becomes abundantly clear and obvious. Yes, you really do need to try the Biorhythm out for yourself right now. At least give it the chance it deserves. Heck, if you've ever stopped and asked yourself the age-old question, what does the future hold for me? Then you need to jump on this offer right now. It really is just what you've secretly hoped would come into your life all this time. Okay, so I've convinced you to at least take me up on trying it out. That still leaves you wondering in the back of your mind, will the Biorhythm even work for me? I'll tell you right now, this has changed the lives of every single person who's truly given it a fair shake. It might shock you to hear this coming from me, yet we have heard from some users that it hadn't worked out for them at all. But you must know in full transparency, every single one of those people didn't give it a fair chance, abandoning the program way too early to ever really see results. I provide you with all the training and knowledge of biorhythms you'll ever need. On top of that, there's a large social platform built right into the members area where you can directly interact with other members, for public predictions as I used to do, and create lifelong friendships over the study of biorhythms. Post your own biorhythm reading right to the group if you wish, and have the entire community analyze it for you. Heck, speaking of which, the community in itself is just one of the things that make the Biorhythm unlike anything else out there. It's completely different than everything else online today. I also have used thousands upon thousands of people's readings and data over the years to truly create the most precise and pinpoint accurate biorhythm readings ever made available. You won't need to be a mathematician to use it, and I've made generating your readings push-button simple. Plus, the results are spelled out for you as clear as day and easy to understand. On top of that, you'll find a vast mountain of knowledge and teachings on the subject never made public outside this membership. Yet, right now, you're simply taking my word for it, and I understand we've never met and I don't know you from Adam. So, how could I possibly know this will work for you? Well, I'm as sure this will work for you as I'm sure the sun will rise again tomorrow. You see, when you've consistently witnessed the same thing working for everyone who's used the Biorhythm day after day, you can be pretty darn sure it'll work for yourself as well. Now, we know it can't be the price holding you back, because for only 99 cents to try it out, this is a rare bargain not commonly come by, and truth be told, I simply cannot afford to offer it to everyone for much longer. Yet, maybe it's the cost after the trial that's concerning to you. I completely understand, yet you have to look at it like this. You're going to get unlimited readings for you and 3 others on this single account. If you choose our monthly option, it works out to less than 30 cents per day per person. And even if you choose to keep this all to yourself, well, then it's only around $1.20 per day, and we can both agree that's an absolute steal considering readings are unlimited. Now, if you opt for our yearly plan, that's only 10 cents per person or 40 cents per day if you keep it for yourself. But this is where it becomes an absolute no-brainer. Not to mention has my accountant on the record emailing me to shut that sale down right now. Right now, while this page is still up and you're right here at this moment only, you've secured our lifetime membership for the same price as our yearly option. Unheard of. And I've gone and done everything absolutely possible here today to make this a smart and safe investment for you now. Here's how. First of all, we've entrusted our checkout page to one of the securest order processing platforms on the internet today, ClickBank. They are the ones who've been behind the scenes, securely processing credit cards for thousands of companies since the 1990s, forging the path to industry-leading encryption of your data using locked tight 128-bit SSL security protocols. In fact, you'll not just know that it's fully secured, but see it with your own eyes. Our order form is hosted directly with ClickBank and will be verified secure by your browser. Just spot that little lock icon up there in the URL browser bar on the checkout page. But I take it one step further because I want you to be absolutely happy. Even if this means you decide to forego and cancel your membership to the Biorhythm at any time. First, you're immediately backed by our set-in-stone 365-day guarantee. That's right. You have one full entire year to try it out risk-free. And I highly encourage you to really take that time and give this a true chance. We don't want to rush you and understand some people will take longer than others to really observe and try out everything, knowing your biorhythm can improve your life with. And to completely remove absolutely all risk and wash away every ounce of doubt in your mind, ClickBank directly handles all cancellations and refunds on our behalf. You can request it directly through them at any time, and it's all completely automated. Cancellations are effortless and instant through them, and asking for a refund is as simple as one click of the mouse. No questions asked or hassle with going back and forth through email. So go ahead, select the option that best suits your comfort level below, and just give it a try and take a leap of faith here today. You'll thank yourself for it in 1 minute from now when you're finally inside the members area for the first time and fully in control of your own destiny for once.